Yahoo! It is Boy Boom. Okay, if you follow me on social media, you will see that a few days ago, I said that I would upload a video giving some detail on the songs on my upcoming album coming May 25th. I apologise in advance because I think the videos that are yet to come, it will only be me mentioning my album comes out on May the 25th. It's just because I'm so excited and I worked so hard on it. But without further ado, I'm going to get into it. So I'm not going to give you the order it will be on the album. I'm not going to give too much away. I'm sorry, I just realised this happens on my brush. I get very distracted. I apologise. I apologise for that. Okay, so I'm going to start with the songs that I've already put out there that you've already heard even. If you haven't heard them, then go give them a listen. The music videos and live performance is on my channel. So, Miss You. The backstory about Miss You is already out, so I can give a little bit more detail on this. Miss You, it's not a personal story. It was just a song I got inspired by. And I have been questioned, being like, who's it about? Is it about someone you broke up with? Someone that you're romantically involved with? Is it about losing a loved one? And it's not. Actually, it was just, as I mentioned in my last video, somebody asked what is the whole inspiration behind my songs and stuff like that. And as I'd explained, that some songs that just come to me, some songs are inspired by life experiences, or sometimes I get inspired by other songs or melodies and stuff like that. This was literally just a song that came to my head and I wrote it. That is it. But Miss You, it's kind of a breakup song, but it's not about me having a breakup. But it's like your breakup song. It's basically the story behind it. If I had to create a story behind it, if you watch the music video, it is about breaking up and my friends trying to get us over this guy, and I'm like, oh, well, I've been in love with him for so long. I can't just get over him just like that. But yes, that's pretty much what it is. And it's pretty much a breakup song. And longing to know what the guy is doing. There you are. Make Me Feel Whole. So, the backstory about that, I wrote this song when I was 16. Again, in my previous video, I explained that some songs are from when I was 16. There's a song called Make You Feel Whole, Open Up, and Drive to Your Dreams. They're all on this, and I'll go further into them throughout the video. But they're songs that I wrote when I was 16, and have stayed with us because I love them. But yes, it was pretty much because my friends were in relationships and I wasn't. I had planned to go to prom with someone and they stood me up. And I think I was just like, everybody's here with their partner and I'm on my own to prom. So I was pretty much inspired by that. I know it's sad, and if you are 16 and you don't have a boyfriend, it is okay. I'm almost 29 and I still don't have a boyfriend. It's okay. Okay? Like, it'll happen when it happens. But at the time I was like, it needs to happen. I want it to happen. I want to be married by the time I'm 21. It's not realistic. It happens when it happens. But that was the inspiration by that song. And I think probably a lot of the lyrics will probably make sense because you'd be like, it makes sense that that was written by a 16-year-old. But yes, it's still a really good song for a 16-year-old. Can we all just appreciate that? But yes, Drive to Your Dreams is another song I wrote when I was 16, and I remember singing it for my mum, and my mum's like, Shannon, like, this could be your thing of writing songs, you could sell this to some artists. And I realised back then I had a talent for lyrics and writing lyrics. But Drive to Your Dreams is pretty much the clues in the title. It's all about chasing your dreams and not giving up and trying to make them happen. And it was kind of like inspired to me to just keep going for my dreams. And luckily I've had like a really supportive family, so they kind of inspired the song. But then I'd also wanted the song to be on the album, even though I wrote it when I was 16 for present me, but also to inspire. Sorry, I keep moving in the tripods, like, and hopefully to inspire others to just not give up on their dreams and just keep going, because only you can make your dreams reality. They're not just going to happen just like that. I mean, some people are lucky and it does happen just like that, but some people have got to work hard for it, so don't give up. Next is Give Me Your Love. I wrote the song, I think, when I was like 21, early 20s, and I'm gonna be honest, it's quite a grown-up song. It's still very appropriate because I'm not that type of person, but you can tell the more maturity of this song than the other songs. But that's what I'm gonna say. Right, it's not vulgar, it doesn't have swearing in. I'm a classy girl, I'm a lady, but it's very R&B and very mature, you know. I am a woman, you know, and I think that's kind of where the inspiration for the song was, is growing up and understanding how I was feeling and stuff like that. So yeah, Give Me Your Love. Next is Do What Makes You Happy. So this is a pretty new song. Again, I feel as if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. In my previous video and the Q&A, I'd answered the question, and some songs I'd had the idea of putting on the album, and then when I recorded them I was just like, no. Or when I listened back to the rough copy, I was like, no, let's just create a new. So there was 2 songs originally going to be on the album, and they were called, one was called Believe, and it was very much, gives me the feeling, you know, when the Tinkerbell films came out and Selena Gomez and did a song, and Demi Lovato did a song. Well, it was kind of giving them vibes, and it was a lovely song, don't get us wrong, but it just didn't go with the album. Maybe in the future I might use it, I don't know. But yeah, and then there was another one, but I'd listened back and it was very aggressive, and that's just not who I am. I'm a loving teddy bear. And I was just remembered we started doing the instrumental and then listened back, and I was just like, this isn't me. Like, I like the song, it'd be good for somebody else, but it's just not for me. So yeah, so I was like, right, let's just go away, let's work on something new and replace them 2 songs I didn't want to put on that album anymore. And I wrote 2 songs, and I think they're pretty much my favourite songs on the album. So one is Do What Makes You Happy, and it's very much an uplifting song. So like if you're feeling like down or low, that it was kind of like inspired to play, and hopefully it would lift people up and make them feel happy and to inspire them to do what makes them happy, you know. So that was inspired by that, but I just writing uplifting songs. I wanted to write something more uplifting, and I mentioned this again in the Q&A video. And it's called Glitter, and it was very much inspired by Pride and Lizzo and just disco and just feel good stuff, you know. But yes, I wanted to capture. So I've been the Pride. I'm an ally, right? Okay, so I have friends. I kind of want to be a safe place. I kind of want to be like the auntie, the sister, anyone that if they were struggling, they could come to me and they could speak to me. And I went to Pride because it was on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go to Pride, and last year I went to Newcastle's Pride. And the atmosphere, even though it was raining cats and dogs, after the march in the field it was very muddy, but I can't explain the atmosphere. And when I was marching, just I can understand why it's called Pride, because there's so much pride that I felt being surrounded by these beautiful amazing people and the support they were getting as they were walking through the streets of Newcastle. And there was no hate, there was no abuse, there was nothing, there was no like protest against it, nothing. Everyone was just very supportive, and it just made me feel very lucky to be from the northeast and proud to be from the northeast. But being surrounded by these people and talking to them as we were marching and stuff, and it just made us feel happy. It just made us feel like at home and accepted and just appreciated to be for being there and just supporting them, you know. And I just wanted to write a song that hopefully gives you that feeling of what Pride is, and it's just like this fun, uplifting experience. So it doesn't matter what sexuality you are, even if you're like me and you just support her, you know. I don't know what you would call it, but just like the friend, you know. And just go. Don't worry about what people may think, because it's a hell of an experience. Hopefully next Pride it'll be sunny. So yes, so I wrote them 2 songs at the same time. Next up is Too Cool. I think I wrote this in lockdown because I had a lot of time on my hands. So did everybody else, unless they were NHS workers or caregivers. But I was pretty much had nothing to do but to write or, I don't know, create stuff. So I wrote this song, and I think it was when it was lockdown, there was beautiful weather, and people were saying it's because we were looking after the environment, and people were staying in the houses, so the environment was better. But I just remember having beautiful weather and just being outside in the beautiful weather and just being able to sunbathe, and it was just lovely. So I wanted to capture the moment and write like a summer song. So Too Cool is very much indie kind of like pop summer song, but yeah, it's also about a guy. So a lot of the songs are about a guy. Next up is Beautiful. So I wrote this song a few years ago, and I wrote it for my sisters because they were both going through like a hard time. I'm not going to get too much into detail because it's not my place to say, but I just wanted them, I wanted to write them a song that made them see what I see when I look at them, because when I see them I just see 2 beautiful women, you know. And even back then they were still beautiful young ladies, you know. So, and they will always be beautiful to me, and like I feel happy when I'm with them, and it's probably because they're my sisters and my best friends, but I just wanted them to be like, you're all beautiful, like, see what I see, please. But then I thought, right, well, as much as this song was written for my sisters back then, I kind of wanted it to be for not just for women out there, but like people that are struggling with appearance and how they were feeling. And it's another uplifting song. But yes, it's more about body positivity and stuff like that. And next is Girl of His Dreams. I think I mentioned this in the Q&A video, but this was very much inspired by McFly. I did write this a few years ago as well, and this one's very much rock. I think it's the only song on the album that is kind of like this. Not giving too much away what the other songs are like, but yes, I think it's the only song that is rock. And after recording it, like, this was the last song I recorded for the album, and after recording it I was like, I think I want to do more rock music in the future. I had so much fun with it, and normally I'm very much a perfectionist. I'm not saying my songs are perfect, but like, I was like, let's do it again. I don't like the way the vocals are sound on this again. Let's do it again like 20 times. But with this song, I was like, I think I like it just the way it is. I think there was only one part of the song where I wanted to change it, because originally I was going up, and I was just like, no, I think I should go down. So, and that was it. And I was just like, this is the only part I want to work on. And we were like, are we not redoing this? Are we keeping this the way it is? Yeah, so maybe it could be a path, but you'll have to let us know when you hear the album. My agent has heard it, and he said it was giving him the Killers vibes, and he really enjoyed it. So we'll have to see what you think. And lastly is Open Up. So Open Up is kind of just like, I wrote this song, even though it kind of doesn't sound like it. I wrote this song when I was about 23. I'd lost my grandma and I was going through a bad patch. Okay, I've always been honest with you. I've always been honest about my mental health, and I always will be, and I'll always be there for people who are struggling with their mental well-being. But at the time I was struggling. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and at the time my anxiety was eating me alive, pretty much. And I remember the doctor telling us that I had anxiety, and loads of people do. So this isn't a sub story. This is just the background of this song. I think because when you hear it, you'll be like, what? That's from this. But I was struggling with anxiety and depression back when I was 23, and I think it was triggered by losing my grandma. I think I was dealing with anxiety and depression for a long time, but I think it just was tipped us over, really. And the doctor advised us to go see a counsellor, a therapist, if you may, for my anxiety, because at the time it was my anxiety that was worse, but now I can deal with the anxiety. Now it's like depression, but I still have them, and I'll probably still always have them, and it's just all about learning how to live with it. But yes, and I just remember the counsellor or therapist, whatever you want to say, was just saying, you just need to open up. You need to open up. You need to look at the good memories that you have. You need to look at what you've got and the people that you've got in your life, instead of focusing on the things that you don't have, or thinking that these people are laughing at you, these people are saying things like that. That's not the case. You've just got to get rid of the negativity and think of like the positivity and just open up, like look back on the memories and open up your mind and open up like your heart. Otherwise, don't push them away. So when you hear the song, it will make sense, but it's not a sad song, it's a uplifting song. But that's kind of the backstory for that. But yeah, that's all my songs. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that kind of makes you excited to hear these songs now that you've got the titles. I think I'll probably do like a little post upload like songs in general. But yes, don't be dumb, click the fun, be generous to share with your friends, and I shall see you next time. Bye.